Egypt is a gift of the Nile, the land of the pharaohs, the land of history and religion,
dawn of civilizations and culture, where it all began.
7,000 years of history, art, science, astronomy, medicine, and values.
Egypt is an open-air museum. The vast collection of the pyramids, temples, tombs, kings and queens are engraved on its walls. Their names are mentioned here forever. Mosques, synagogues, and churches.
Egypt witnessed the biblical events from the time of Abraham and Sarah, Jacob and Joseph, who saved Egypt from the famine, the baby Moses, from a basket in the Nile to Mount Sinai, receiving the 2 tablets of the God's law.
Thousands of years later, the baby Jesus and the Holy Family fled to Egypt, traveling all over Egypt for 3.5 years.
It's a mysterious history, full of love and passion, the land of wisdom full of grace.
Old Coptic Cairo. This is one of the most important places in Cairo. In Old Coptic Cairo, we have 3 major stops. The first one is the Hanging Church. It dates back to the 4th century AD. It's called as the Hanging Church because it was built on the top of the ruins of a Roman fortress which dates back to the 2nd century AD. Our next stop will be St. Sergius Church, which is the most important stop among the 3. Underneath St. Sergius Church, you would see the crypt where the Holy Family hid for 3.5 months. Here in this place, we will see the place where Jesus, the baby Jesus, slept during that time.
The last stop in the area of Coptic Cairo, we visit an ancient synagogue. Marks the place where the Pharaoh's palace was, where the Pharaoh's daughter found Moses in his basket. And from this spot, we can follow the footsteps of Moses and the Israelites out of Egypt.
In this video, we are going to follow the footsteps of Moses. The story of the Exodus was mentioned in the Bible. The story started when Abraham came to Egypt with his wife Sarah. And that's when they came to Egypt during a famine that we had in the land of Canaan. The second mention of Egypt in the Old Testament, that was during the time of Joseph, when he was sold as a slave and he came to Egypt. Joseph is the one who saved Egypt from the severe famine. Later on, between Joseph and Moses, we can see almost 430 years, and that's when the Israelites were dwelling in the land of Goshen, to the east of the Nile Delta. Moses was born here in Egypt, and that's when the Pharaoh of Egypt was persecuting the Israelites. So his mother put him in a basket to hide him in the marshes of Papyrus. The basket was found by the Pharaoh's daughter, and Moses was brought up in the royal palace for 40 years. Later on, Moses killed the Egyptian supervisor and he fled to the land of Midian, which is most probably the peninsula of Sinai. Over there, he met his wife, and he got two boys. And for the first time, he saw the burning bush. And for the first time, the Lord revealed himself for Moses. And Moses received his missionary. He had to go back to the land of Egypt to lead the Israelites outside of Egypt. Moses led the Israelites outside of Egypt. He led almost 3 million people outside of Egypt. Lots of miracles happened in the land of Egypt. Starting from departing the Red Sea, walking through the wilderness of Sinai, performing lots of miracles, turning water into drinkable water, defeating the Amalekites, till they got to the place where the story started, the holy mountain of Horeb. This is a place where Moses saw the burning bush for the first time. Nowadays, the place named as St. Catherine City. And that's where we have a very important monastery is standing at the moment. The monastery of St. Catherine. It's a Greek Orthodox monastery, enshrines the burning bush, the real burning bush, which is almost 3,500 years old nowadays, as well as the water well of Jethro, or the water well of Moses. That's where he was tending the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, and he saw the burning bush for the first time. This is one of the most holiest places on earth. This is a place where you can climb Mount Sinai, to the place where Moses received the 2 tablets, and also to watch the sunrise from the peak of Mount Sinai.
Giza Plateau. That is a place where we have 9 standing pyramids. 3 big pyramids for the 3 kings ruled Egypt at the time of the 4th dynasty, approximately 2,600 years before Christ. The first pyramid belongs to king, his name was Khufu, or we call him Shop sometimes. He was the one built one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It was built in 2600 BC, 4,600 years old. It was 146 meters height and lost 9 meters, and now it is 137. 2.5 million blocks of limestone used for the construction of the Great Pyramid. As well, he built 3 small pyramids for his wives next to his own. The second pyramid belongs to his son, King Khephren, who built his pyramid on a slightly higher bedrock leg. That's why sometimes the second pyramid looks slightly higher than the great one. Still have the original outer casing and the pyramidion top. In front of his pyramid, he built the largest statue made out of one solid piece of limestone known as the Sphinx. In Arabic, we call it Abul Hol, the father of terror. We call it the father of terror because it has a human head, carries the king's facial features on a lion's body. The nose of the Sphinx is missing, and it's in Louvre Museum nowadays, and they don't want to give it back to us. The third pyramid in Giza Plateau belongs to the grandson. His name was Mykerinos. He built a very small pyramid, 62 meters height only. And he made the outer casing of his pyramid made out of gray granite, even though he hadn't forget his wives, and he built 3 small pyramids for them. In Giza Plateau, we have 9 standing pyramids witnessing the glory of the ancient Egyptian civilization.